Carol for always. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Avini Vibes. Very excited to be here tonight. Wow, it's Thursday, November 20th, 2025. I print a sheet out every night or before when I'm preparing for this, and I searched under my Word document because I got home really late tonight, and it came up October 23rd, 2023, and Neil Roth was our guest. That's amazing, right? Like how this is percolating, and there were probably about 12 of us on the call. So look at this, it's growing and growing. So we're very, very grateful. My name is Christine Rolando. I have a co-host. She's not on camera tonight, but she's got an amazing story you're going to hear at the end of the show. It's going to just blow you away. We want to acknowledge our guest. We're always grateful that someone cared enough about you to invite you to this very special call because we got smart people in this group, right, Joe? Smart people that have a mission to help people and share these amazing products. They're second to none. Our leadership in our company is for sure changing people's lives. As Eddie Quasco always says, we're not a supplemental company. We take out the bad and we make way for the good. And that's what Savini is always about. Thank you for muting yourself, and we'll get to you if you have a question. You just raise your hand as our guest come on board. Carrie's with us too. Yay, Carrie and Gabe. All right. So, Carrie, you're going to go after Bill Spence tonight, just so you know that. And we're very, very happy that Carrie joined us as well. Diamond Call last night. Was anybody on it with Paul Stowers? Wow, that was fabulous. He's just such a great leader, a diamond leader. The great thing about this company, everyone's always willing to share. Doesn't matter if they're cross line to you or down line, up line, sideline. Everyone is so open and willing to share because I really believe that the hearts of the people involved in this are pure and true to help other people. Last week in Boca was amazing. We're going to hear a little bit about from that. Maybe Sandra will jump in later on. Carrie's going to, and Gabe can share too. But tonight is titled, What Are You Thankful For? Okay, and I'm thankful for somebody I know a long time in my own community, and she's going to be our special guest tonight. She's a woman of light. She's got light and a glow around her always. Her name is Gloria Washington Mines. Gloria, welcome. She's an entrepreneur and a woman with a big heart and just amazing. So, Gloria, come on down and share your story, please. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Christine, for asking me to come and share my testimony. Like Christine says, my name is Gloria Washington Mines. I've been knowing Christine for over 20 years. I met Christine when I had my salon. I had a salon and spa for 20 years, and I met Christine then. And I knew then that she was a big advocate for good health because she was with another company. And when Christine dives in to a product, she learns it from A to Z, soup to nuts. She knows everything about that product when she's talking about the product. And so I was in a lot of pain, didn't know where the pain was coming from, went to the doctor, went to all these specialists trying to figure out what was going on. Finally, they gave me a MRI, and I was diagnosed with spinal stenosis. And so they then set me up for a epidural, which worked for a little while. But then after a while, the pain started coming back with the vengeance. And so Christine, at that point, had already reached out to me and invited me to a meeting. And so I was introduced to the Plus Relief topical, the gel, and it worked. But then she introduced me to the Avini Plus Motion, but I had not started taking that yet. So well, maybe a month ago, I was in so much pain. I called her and told her that I was in so much pain. She says, "Look, come to my house. I have something new that's added to the Relief Plus Relief that it's a supplement that you take orally." So I said, "Okay, great. I'm on my way." I could barely even walk when I got there. So she gave me a supply of about a week supply, and I think maybe more like 2 weeks supply. And then we made my order right then and there. And so took two right then and there because the instructions say take two in the morning, two at night. And so I took two and I started taking it. And the third day in, I started feeling relief. I didn't have any pain. 5 days in, 6 days in, and then my package finally came. And I just started continuously taking it. And I'm like jumping out of the bed in the morning with no pain. I'm going all day working with no pain. And I'm sitting here talking to you with no pain. And that's like amazing because I didn't want to take the medication that the doctors were prescribing and the over-the-counter Tylenols and so forth because it just messed with my stomach, the anti-inflammatories, and I knew something had to give. So I am crazy about this plus motion that has been working really well for me. I've been telling other people about it, and I'm just really grateful that I don't have to take a drug to relieve my pain. I can take a supplement that is proven that scientifically they really get to the root of the problem. And I'm just really excited that Christine really, really goes all out when it comes to understanding the product. And I'm just grateful that she reached out to me to tell me about Avini. And I'm sitting here pain free. I'm happy. Thank you.
Gloria, yes, Gloria walked in the house, could barely walk, remember? And
Yeah,
I wanted to sit her down on a low chaise, right?
yeah,
And she could hardly get down there to do that. And then look at her today. But
yeah.
Gloria, thank you for sharing. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much. And
having
I think
me.
you have one of your relatives, right? Your mama, right?
Yes, my
Yeah.
mother, she's also too on it as well, and she loves it. She loves it because she was having a lot of pain in her knees. And so it's really, really working for her as well. And I find when I tell people, because some people that I know are going through the same back issues and so forth, and people are so used to using the drugs that even when I tell them that this is working for me, they're like, oh, great, I want to try it. But they don't try it because they're just so accustomed to the drugs. Do you get what I mean? That they either taking their time before they wean themselves off of the medical drugs. And I'm not saying that sometimes you may have to take certain drugs, but if I'm telling you I have the same issue that you have, and this is a supplemental and it's not a drug and it's working, why not try it? So all I can do is continue to tell people about it, and hopefully they'll come on board and experience what I'm experiencing.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you for being with us tonight. We know you have a rehearsal for something you have to do, so
Yes.
she's very heavily involved in the church. So I know Gloria is always out there doing mission work and caring for other people. So thank you,
Thank you.
Gloria, for joining us
Thank you.
tonight.
Everybody have a blessed holiday, and I pray that the Lord bless you, overtake you all with his blessings in the new year. Bye.
Bye, honey. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Christine.
You're welcome,
Bye
sweetie.
bye.
That's amazing because, like Gloria said, we know each other such a long time. She was one of the first people when I started in Avini almost 3 years ago to share with her. But she wasn't ready at that point, and then I did reach out to her, and of course, you just heard the story. With that said, I want to introduce Bill Spence from Sarasota, Florida. And Bill was at the conference in Boca Raton. So Bill's going to share his personal story. Bill, I believe Carol has your results up, so we'll let you talk first, and you'll give us the time when we need to pull those results up if you'd like to discuss them.
Oh, okay. I was going to do screen share, so I didn't
Oh,
know.
you can do
Oh,
that. That's fine too.
you
Right,
can.
Carol?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, so good evening. Greetings from Sarasota, Florida, south of Tampa. Nice, toasty, warm down here. He. I want to give a special thanks to Carol Witt. Way back in June 29, 2023, I started taking the Cell Defender. And about, 10, 15 minutes later, I'm getting all this energy and all of a sudden I have the energy to run around the house and clean the house. And it was really quite, it was really quite amazing. I called Carol and I said, Carol, what is in this Cell Defender? Well, I was, and then she explained. And I was just so turned on by the product the next day, June 30th, 2023, I became a distributor. And I love sharing with people. The convention, the regional convention was really, really great. It was so wonderful to see the distributors and Rick Deich, of course, was just amazing with all that scientific. And I mean, I can only absorb, so much scientific information. But he's truly, truly amazing. And I thought, since I'm getting all these great blood test results, um, I started charting it. I started, transcribing the information from my medical records into a document file here in my MacBook Air computer. And I thought, well, every 6 months I have the blood work. I'll just put the information in. And then I started just doing research on my own, advanced blood tests and, this and that. Oh, okay. Well, I'll ask my doctor if, if I can have those blood tests too. And so I've just kind of like evolved in terms of all this scientific knowledge and learning about the various different types of blood tests. My doctor loves my doctor loves my blood tests. I just turned 71. I don't look it. And he said, my God, Bill, you can live, another 10, 20, 30 years. So I asked him, in regards to all your patients, like, where do I sit? Like, what is, am I up here or am I in the middle? He said, no, I'm very much, the top tier of his patients. So he's very, very happy. And of course, that was my my great opportunity to share about Cell Defender and Nano Silver and all the other great products. So it's just been wonderful. So I have the screen share here.
You can.
Let me see now my blood test results. Okay, great. So I started charting September 3rd, 2024, and then 6 months, and then 6 months. So the normal range is here on the right margin. And so we have the albumin, ALT, AST, APOB. All of these tests bond to creatinine ratio. All of these tests are in the normal range. Cholesterol went from 199 down to 165, which is very good, of course.
Hey,
Cortisol is very important. Stress response. So that's very good. Creatinine, kidney function, CPK. Yeah, just all these tests are really, really good. I thought, well, I'll just put them all together and just share. If I'm going to quickly, let me know.
no, you're doing good.
Okay. Ferritin, that's iron. Folate acid serum, essential for cell growth, development, and DNA synthesis. Of course, the GLU is the glucose. A1C is a big one, of course. And I do struggle with that, but that's That's still in the normal range. HDL risk, that's a very important one also. Now, homocysteine, elevated levels can damage arteries and increase heart attack. So this helps identify a hidden risk, even among healthy-looking people. That's a very expensive test, but it's included in my insurance, my Medigap insurance. So
Bill,
that,
are they NA on earlier dates because you didn't have them tested at that point?
yeah, I didn't have it. I didn't have it done.
Okay.
You know, and I would still consider 17.4. I would still consider that inside the normal
Yeah.
range. Let's see. Oh, I didn't get that one done. Okay. HSCRP, that's high sensitivity C-reactive protein that affects your heart, chronic inflammation. Immunoglobulin, and then IgG4-RD, a rare autoimmune condition. So that was okay.
Immunoglobulin. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I just and so
So
on.
your LDL cholesterol, that's a big one. Wow.
That's a big one, 0 to 160.
That's
And
the lousy cholesterol.
right. And
Yes.
the latest was 117
Wow.
milligrams per deciliter. And then let's see now. Lipoprotein A. And then of course the PSA. That's important because I I am cured of prostate cancer, but I have that test done 2 times, well, 3 times a year. Let's see now. Let me get that done in October. Testosterone. He said for somebody who is 70, 71 years old, 525 is very, very good. And then 552 is even better.
Yeah.
Free testosterone. Now the thyroid tests, could be tricky because a lot of physicians just don't give the real, I guess they call them like a broad panel. They may give 1 or 2 thyroid tests, but not more than that. So that's always important. The TSH3UL, T3, T4, etc. And these are all okay.
Wow.
So he was happy with your results as you are happy with your results.
Yes, and of course
Yeah.
I shared with him about Avini health products, Cell Defender, and so forth. And he was very impressed. And I am very, very grateful. And then TGL, triglycerides, uric acid, and then B12. I'm also getting that done.
Well, your triglycerides came down a lot.
Yeah, 149 to 88,
Yeah.
or 169 to 88.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And the uric acid, B12 and D25. Those are new tests that I'm now incorporating. So,
Well, Bill,
Wow.
can you share if you have seen change with medications perhaps you were taking, if it's not too personal? Were you have to take medications before? Were you able to not take some of the medications or lower the dose?
yeah, that's a good question. I take the pravastatin very low dosage, 10 milligrams. and I can take it every night or I can take it every other night. So if I miss a night, it's not a big upset. I can take it the next. And that, of course, affects the cholesterol. So I've gotten a lot of freedom. Like, oh, if I miss a night, it's not terrible because I can always do it the following night. And the Cell Defender has helped.
Are you taking the fiber?
Yes, I have it in the kitchen. It's been a while since I've taken the fiber, but I got to go back on the fiber.
Back to taking the fiber. Yeah, it's a key. 15 minutes before you eat. Well, you heard the lecture on that at the conference.
Right.
And Bill, what would you say about the conference? You were there for the 2 days at the conference. What was your experience? And then we're going to let Kerry, how we doing on time? Okay, so we got a few more minutes and then Kerry's going to come on. But what was your experience at the conference? And what would you like people to know about, what you just shared?
Well, I really loved the conference. Aside from all of the information, which was really, really great, my experience was community, coming together as one, and a community. I experienced fellowship, and it was really great. The products are great. The scientific knowledge that Rick shared was amazing. Um, but everybody seemed very eager. Everybody seemed like very open to the information. And I really enjoyed it. It's just a very strong sense of community.
I agree. I agree. Thank you, Bill, for sharing that, and thank you for sharing something so personal. But I've known you for a while now. We had the opportunity. The company, like you said, is so amazing. Doug Dickey, our former vice president, remember, flew all the way down to Florida, and we met at Carol Witt's house. I think there were about 10 of us. Eddie was there, and it is the community. The great thing about this company, right, from the top down, everyone wants to help each other, lift each other up.
Yeah,
So.
and sharing. I love sharing the products, and it doesn't take 20 minutes. It could just be a quick 3-minute share. My cholesterol has gone down to 165, and I'm using this Avini Health product called Cell Defender, and that can initiate a conversation or whatever.
Great. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for don't go anywhere. Stick with us though, okay?
Okay.
All right. Great job. Thank you, Bill. All right, Carrie. Carrie, where's Gabe? He's in the background or not? Come on board, Carrie.
Me right now.
Oh, might have to turn up your volume or speak loudly because I can hardly hear you. All right, let's do a test and see how your volume is.
I said it's just me. It's not Gabe at the.
So tell us your story. You've been on Avini Vibes once before. I think you were enrolled like 3 days, but now you have a longer story. So we met at the water cooler, drinking the Kool-Aid together at the end of the Boca. But you've been on before. So, what do you want us to know?
Well, I have a rare brain condition called Sturge-Weber syndrome. 5 years ago, I started having seizures about every day. And sometimes two or three, depending on how much stress or how many triggers I saw. In June of 2025, I started noticing symptoms that reminded me of some scary seizures I've had. And that's whenever I was convinced to try Cell Defender, um, which my boyfriend Gabe introduced me to. And I'm very glad that I took that. That next day after taking Cell Defender 2 times in the day, 10 drops, I noticed that the sun and the heat didn't bother me when I walked outside the next day. I thought that was just that is amazing. Um, then I've been on it for months now, and I've had many days without any seizures, and I've had days in a row without seizures, and uh, I, now I'm taking Sodafender 4 times a day, 10 drops each time. I'm still having days without seizures, uh, and I really can't wait to see what else Avini can do for me.
Thank you so much. You shared, I remember, I guess it was 6, 7 months ago, maybe when we first met. But you said you shared that the sensitivity to light, right? That was a problem.
Yes.
And now you're good with that and you're getting able to get some sunshine and be out in it.
Yeah. It normally when I walk outside, it'd be like maybe 10 minutes. I'd start having like an aura telling me I'm gonna have a seizure. Uh, that first day after taking Sodafender, I noticed nothing, and I thought that's kind of odd.
That's good, odd.
Pretty good at.
Yeah. And are you taking any other products? Have you used the silver at all?
Uh, I should take the silver. Right now it's just Sodafender.
Okay. That's great. That's great. Where do you live? We didn't get to that. Where are you from?
Northwest Missouri.
Northwest Missouri. And was that in Boca was that in Boca last year or was that in Las Vegas? Which summit was your first summit?
Uh, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. That's right. That's right. Las Vegas. So Curry, would you encourage people to come to Las Vegas?
Yes. The people at every event I've been to, the people are really kind, and I always learn something new. Uh, and I'm very glad that I tried Sodafender. At first, I wasn't really sure about it because I'm scared. I was scared what it going to do to my medicine. But
Right.
I wouldn't want anyone to be scared.
No such thing as fear, right, Carrie? That's our little thing. So listen, very proud of you to get on this and be at the conferences and do what you're doing. You know, we're all in this journey with you, side by side. Hopefully, we'll all continue to support you in, you know, your Vini journey, your health journey, your personal journey, and growing as a young lady. So I was good to see you again at the water cooler. And that was literal, right? There was no water in that water cooler at the end of it. So thank you, Carrie. You send our love to Gabe too, okay? And Gabe had a Kansas City hat on, and we sat at lunch, right? And I shared with him. We let him sit there, even though I think it was Mickey or somebody said, even though you have a Kansas City hat, you're allowed at the table.
Yeah.
So anyway, you send our love to him, okay? Oh,
Thank
there he
you.
is. He keeps popping up in the background. All right, good team. I root for them once in a while. The Giants are doing so bad. I'm a New Yorker. Hey, Carol Witt, where are you?
I'm here.
Carol, we want to hear your story, please. Thank you,
Oh,
Terry.
absolutely. So, guys, I can't come on camera, and it is why. So about I'm going to say about 2 months ago, I started having these swollen eyes early in the morning, and I'd have to put ice packs on them. And I was like, okay, I've got to go to my eye doctor and find out what's going on. And so about 2019, I went to a specialist and I was told I had macular degenerative disease and that, I maybe had 10 years where I was going to have eyesight. And I was like, oh, okay, well, um, and so I started spraying nano silver in my eyes. And I do 1 drop of Cell Defender in some water. I don't put it straight in because it's gritty. and I did it a couple times and it did not work. But I put it in a little teaspoon of water with a drop, and then I take it the eyedropper and I put 1 drop in each eye every day. And guys, when I went to my eye doctor, they said, you do not have macular degenerative disease. You have the clearest eyes. You do not have to worry. I walked away, guys, because I've been having some headaches also, and I walked away with lighter prescription of readers. I was doing between 150 and 200, and she was like, oh no, you've got to do, your headaches are because they're too strong. I didn't even walk away with glasses, guys. I want you to understand this was like, oh my gosh. And she said, what have you done? And I said, could I have been misdiagnosed? And she said, no. She said, when you have macular degenerative disease, it's very clear you could not have been misdiagnosed. And so she said, what are you doing? And I told her, and she said, well, keep doing it because you have the clearest, brightest front of your eyes as I've ever seen. So, oh my goodness, guys, that was like giving me a huge a gift, because I have been living with 2019 that I had macular degenerative disease, and what I do in life, I have to have my eyes. And so it's always been something that I've been very concerned about, but put it in the back burner, and it was the best gift I could have been given. So, and I'm going to absolutely say it's what I've been doing, because that is not something you can misdiagnose. And she said, it is gone. There is nothing there. So I'm thrilled. I'm going to continue to do it. And hopefully not. And she did tell me I need to take breaks from my Zooms so that I'm not in these heavy lights. And that is what's causing the swelling of my eyes. So yay.
Oh, Carol, that's beautiful. Amazing, amazing news. And we're just grateful, Carol, because you are who you are. And you're always bold to share other stories as well, but to hear this for you personally just blesses our heart. And Rick told a story. I think it was Rick, or maybe it was Howard Smith at the conference. Howard at I think it was, I want to say it was Las Vegas at the Tuscany. I remember walking by Howard Smith. He's not on tonight, but Howard had these real dark glasses on at the Tuscany, Las Vegas. And he shared with me, if you hadn't heard his testimonial, it was recorded at this Boca, but Howard had to wear these dark glasses. So at Boca, he was able to get up and share his story, and he was so cute, right? Because he had on clear glasses, and he said, I don't know if anybody noticed. And I remember walking in on the Friday night when we first got there, seeing Howard with his clear glasses. I didn't say anything to him, but I was really happy to see. But he shared how now, same thing, he had his eyes tested and the clarity is amazing. And Rick also talked about, I think it was Rick, where, because it might be a little gritty. So what you can do is don't shake it up. You know how we shake up the bottle? Don't shake up the cell defender, just kind of put it in your eye. But that's great news. So all of us have to go out and talk to our eye doctors, ophthalmologists, and our friends that are suffering with this or struggling with that. Anybody else have a story about Boca want to share? Sandra, you were there, right? Sandra and her husband were there. And please, Sandra.
Would not have missed it. To be with an audience, a community of caring people who, you don't even hear them talking about negative things, and negative things happen all the time, but it's a matter of what you decide to focus on. And I loved, no matter what the conversation was, it was positive. And especially when I sometimes, well, I guess you all know I'm not shy, right? So I would literally walk up whenever anybody was talking. There could be 2 or 3 people, and I don't have anything to say or contribute. I just want to hear. And it is so beautiful to just stand there and you're welcome. People kind of move to the side to let you in. And what you hear literally sets you on fire. That's part of why it behooves us to go. One time I looked and I was knee to knee with Ed Crosby and got to speak to Roxy. And one time I was sitting with my husband and we were just kind of chilling. Up scoots Dave Johnson. I mean, there's no big eyes, no little U's. People all want what's good for themselves and for others. And I've been on fire. I have to be more calm because, as you know, my husband is more quiet. If you're looking for sophistication, it won't be me, it would be him. And I had a chance to be me, quiet at times. And at other times, I could be the bold one and just say, "What's your story?" That's all I needed. And people were just ever so willing to share. And I got a real shock when MJ called me to the front. And I had no idea what he wanted. And he said, "Sandra, tell him your story." And I'm looking at him. He says, "Your earnings, we're not talking enough about what it does on the financial side. We're always willing to share the physical and emotional benefits."
Would you
But
share that? Can you share this
sure,
tonight?
sure.
Because it is about what we're thankful for, tonight's topic.
Got that right. Yes, indeed, Christine. So, as a university professor who's retired, I get a monthly retirement check. And then as a senior what am I? I'm 78. I also get Social Security. And I was able to share then, and I'm sharing now, that what I make each month with Avini is more than what I get with both. It is more than what I earn by my retirement check, and it's more than what I get in Social Security. That's our company. They are willing to pay. All you got to do is talk to people. You don't know who's under what stressor for themselves or for others. But it's just beautiful. And I love making more money because now I can help more people. You don't want to give everything away because if there's no skin in it, they don't value it as much and they're not willing to maybe carry it on. But now that I'm earning more, I can help more. And I can be creative with people. And somebody will say, "I really want that." I said, "Well, can you pay half? You willing to pay?" And I get creative and I said, "Well, if you will give me half of this cost, I'll do the other half for you." And they always go, "Would you? Would you really?" And I say, "If you take this consistently for 30 days, 60 days, whatever I get them to agree to." So I love earning more because now I can be more valuable to God and my fellow man. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So sweet. And yeah, find somebody you can do like Sandra under your wing that you can take and bless that maybe they can't afford it. I have one of those too. And she's amazing. She's a poet and she's so talented. And she just gave me these beautiful poetry books in her gratefulness. So I didn't expect anything in return, but such a gift. So we have a gift to share and you never know who you're going to touch.
I want to add one more thing.
Please.
The quality of the people that you meet. It's not about finances. It's not about education. It's not about whether you're married or divorced. It's not none of that. And I met beautiful people, and I am so grateful that Oye took my husband and me to play pickleball.
Oh, he did not.
Yes, we did. And then she took us to her house and we got to eat with her. Just a lovely woman. And I just had a ball. And I wasn't expecting any of that. But I'm grateful that I was able to extend our stay there. I came a day early and left 2 days later because I didn't know what good thing was going to happen. But because I had the time, I met Oye and Jovan, and I had a ball. And as I get more bold about being willing to talk to people or just walk up to groups, there's just no telling who you're going to see. But I got to play pickleball for the first time at 78, and my husband and I are going to do it some more. And I'm just so grateful to her.
God bless. And we're gonna do our own show on Oi in a couple weeks. So
All
stay
right.
tuned. We're not telling you, although Dr. Lori was there with us. Well, Lori's not a doctor, but Lori is a RN and has a wellness center there. And same thing, she met Oi and Javon, and she said we're gonna change Oi's name to Pow because she's so powerful. And she's
Yes.
going to get all our goals. Our goal is to get all people playing pickleball and moving,
Yes.
right?
She's a great teacher. She got us moving,
Amen.
really.
Amen. Amen. So, all right, guys, we're just about to the end of this. This has been great. I'm going to ask Eddie Kowalski, Oi sponsor, to close us out because Chip Littlejohn cannot be with us tonight. But I want to just also, Eddie, tonight's topic is what are we thankful for? And Eddie, I'm thankful for you knowing you 38 years, but you picked up the phone and you thought of Alan Way and I. To Alan, I always tease because we're the 1-2 who picked up first. And because of Eddie, I'm here tonight. So, Eddie Kowalski, would you close us out, please?
Sure. I was thinking about this, honest to God, earlier today to send you a text and tell you how appreciative I am of you when you called me a couple of years ago and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about this Savini Vibes," or however long it was. I was like,
It's
"Yeah, man.
Carol.
Yeah,
Carol.
yeah,
Yeah.
Carol, and Carol, such a blessing too." And Christine said something like, "You want to run the mechanical part or whatever," and I'm like, "I am anti-tech, man. I can't do that. I'll be your wingman. I'll talk. I'll do whatever." But I'm so grateful for you and Alan, everybody on here, and I'm going to do a quick chip. And the conference was amazing, but the people, like Sandra said, and Bill and everybody, that's the common theme, right? It's a people. I mean, it's a family. And Sandra, it was so much fun with you and Al and meeting you guys. And when you meet Oi, man, you're 78, she's 78. And she got you on the pickleball court, man. That blew my mind. And for you to do that, and I was so impressed with you getting up there and saying, if you got 2 C's in your entire, like, to get your doctorate, you're gone, right? I was like, whoa. It was such an honor. Roxy and I loved meeting you and Al, and then Carrie. Man, I wish I'd have got a chance to meet you and Gabe. Roxy and I were sitting right behind you. And I didn't get a chance to have an opportunity to talk with you guys and introduce you to me and my wife and some other people. And then I see your face now. I'm like, oh my God, what a story. And I'm so proud of you for saying, yeah, I'm going to try it, because so many people are like, no. That's what my doctor said. But I will tell you one thing, call Rick Deitch and he will tell you different. And I trust him, and he teaches MDs, all over the world. So congratulations, Carrie. Keep it going, and you're gonna be great with this. And you got Gabe there right by your side, and then of course Bill Spence. Yeah, you don't look 71. Had lunch with Bill and me and Roxy and MJ Durkin, and keep it going, brother. I'm so happy for you with your blood work. Bill is such a deep diver, man. He digs in. I remember meeting him at a picnic and Carol Witt's birthday, actually, and he's the one-day guy. He's like, one day a cell defender, and all of a sudden I'm cleaning my house. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, when I called Christine and she got her order, she called me and said, what's in this stuff? She said she was like cleaning her house at midnight. And she said, is there speed in it? I was like, no, there's no speed in it, but it just, because it just starts cleaning. And then finally, Gloria was the spinal thing. The spinal stenosis. It pressures the spinal cord and the nerves, and the Plus Relief did it. And then Christine, introduces her to the Plus Motion. So it was, guys, I mean, it just makes you realize, and I'll just wrap up with this, there's nothing else like it on the planet. We have an obligation to share it. And we don't do anything but take, and Christine says this all the time, because I preach this all the time. We don't add anything. We subtract. We are a homeopathic natural cleaning company. That's all we do. We clean. And when you clean, then your blood gets better. And as a matter of fact, I had a hernia surgery not too long ago, had a little hiccup during the anesthesia. And I had a little, for 4 seconds, my heart rate spiked up. And I've never had any heart issues. And then the doctors prescribed me with some stuff. And I took it for 2 days, and Monday and Tuesday, and I felt terrible. And I told Christine about it. I was like, I couldn't even really hold a conversation because I was dizzy and this and that. And Roxy was like, what is going on? And I said, I can't take this stuff. I don't take medication. So she called the doctor and told the doctor what's going on. And she said, well, don't take it anymore. And then I called Chip, and I just got back on the Plus Cardio because she said, don't take that. And I felt better in this full day now, not taking that medication by taking the Plus Cardio. So believe in what you're doing. There's nothing we have that's going to interfere with medication. It cannot hurt you in any way. And we have the best, the most unique products in the world. And anybody at that conference saw the most incredible, the smartest guy, the guy that doesn't have he has every answer to every question. And I'm blessed to call him a friend. And but when I see him up there talking, I'm like, this is the most brilliant biochemist on the planet. And he's joking around and acting like he's just a regular guy. And he's humble. And Oi, absolutely, I think she wants to marry him, but he's already married. Oi, I know you're on here. Oi, every time I talk to her, she's like, I love Rick. I love Rick. I said, everybody loves Rick.
We all love.
Guys, it was a beautiful conference. And Christine, again, and Alan Way and everybody, man. I mean, but you are the one that I cannot keep up with. And you're the one that really an inspiration to me. And I'm so grateful that you've put this together and everything and everybody. And Sandra, say hi to Al for me. And I love all you guys, Carol. And I'm so happy, Carol, with your eyesight. Oh my God, I'm gonna start doing that more because I'm not the greatest of my eyesight. But Christine is right now, Carol. Just don't shake it up, right? Don't shake up the Cell Defender. But the Nano, absolutely. And last thing, Carol was at the Dallas conference. She shows me her right arm and her left arm. She'd been spraying Nano for like 3 months on her one arm. And she had these little, just little tiny brown spots. They weren't anything big. And the other arm was completely clean. It was pure. She got beautiful skin. And she was a walking testimonial of the Nano Silver, taking the brown spots off of one arm and the other arm had the brown spots. And I was like, oh my God. So she's walking around like that. It's kind of like somebody walking around with a face that's clear and a face that has brown spots, but she didn't care. So proud of all you guys. And love being on this call. This is very special. And sorry, Chip couldn't be here. And I'm honored. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. Listen, everyone, we're grateful. I have one prayer request. My husband's having surgery tomorrow at NYU. Hopefully it'll be number 11 and the last one. They're going to move a tendon from underneath and put it on top. So please keep him in your prayers. Have a wonderful holiday. If you're a guest tonight, please get with the person who thought enough of you to invite you. An upcoming event, don't forget, in England, December 6th. If you know anybody in England, this is the time. Get on the phone, get with them, and let's try to support them over there, and your business will grow internationally. And your tickets for Vegas are on sale up till the end of December, but don't wait because it's easier for the company to plan when, we make that commitment. $99. The food, I mean, forget it. It's amazing. But God bless each and every one of you. No Avini vibes next week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving and your family, and we'll see you all the following week. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my guest, Bo Lugo. Thank you for coming tonight. I hope you heard some amazing things, and I know you want to get on the Cell Defender like yesterday, right?
Well, Bo, call Carol as soon as we get off this. Don't hesitate.
I'll call Carol. Okay, thank you, everybody. It was wonderful to hear you.
Bo, thanks for being with us. All right, guys. God bless
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving. Be safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Love.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Love to all.